about what it takes to make Charger content or just recap the year of creating Charger content.
Hmm.
We're going to do that today. That's what we got in store for you. And we got a special guest waiting behind the scenes for everybody. We got our one and only guy. I'm pretty sure everybody's probably seen him around the stadium, inside the stadium, outside the stadium, in the ocean, doing takes. The world famous Charger Takes will be here with us today. What you got for us, Brody?
Happy New Year to everybody. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, for joining us on this day. Like, share, subscribe, comment, follow us on all social media platforms. Search at LS Bolts 15. 2026, we are here, and we'll be recapping all things Lightning Strike podcast moments on today's show. So make sure y'all comment, engage, hit the line if you want to, 213-433-7793. Let us know what's up. What's good though, man? How's your New Year?
I ain't do nothing. I just sat on the couch and watched a movie with Tiana Taylor in it or something. And Leonardo
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's good. I think it's a true to life movie. I just think that it's one of those Hollywood movies that's true, but nobody really talks about it. But they finally put it on the screen, and I think that really happens in real life.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. I know they was gassing, but it's got Leo in it, so I know it's got to be flames.
I know it was good acting. She did real well. He is Leonardo. It had Sean Penn in there. It had the other guy from Sicario. Can't call his name. It was some great acting in it.
Oh, I know you talking about.
Yeah, and I know it was a lot of ad libbing. A lot of parts they didn't write, but that was just Leonardo and the being great actors.
Mm-hmm.
So
shout out to Leo too.
Sean Penn did a real good job at portraying his character. He did a really, really good job at portraying his character.
For sure.
He sold it. So with no further ado, let's get Matt, aka Charger Takes, in the building.
Yes, sir.
Boys, how we doing?
What it do, man?
What up?
Can you join the TikTok?
I'm in the TikTok right now. I'll keep my eye on the questions.
All you have to do is send an invite. Send an invite.
I think I'm in. Am I not?
You're in the page, but to come actually in.
Let me request.
Yeah, there you go. There he is. Boom, 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 boom.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Helping him navigate social media.
One platform at a time.
Hey, should I mute my TikTok mic so there's no echo, or no? I should keep it on, right?
No, you keep it on. Just lower the volume.
Okay.
Just lower the volume on your phone. Yeah, so it don't create an echo.
Cool.
But what's up, man? How you feeling? Happy New Year. How you doing?
Doing good. Happy New Year to you guys too. Heck of a season. We didn't get the result we wanted as far as division.
What? We made the playoffs.
I was gonna say I do think it's a blessing, actually. Yeah. I think it might be a little bit better.
You don't hang banners for divisions. You only hang them for conference championships. So we made it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
There's work still to be done.
Yeah. That's the only it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many games you won. As long as you qualify. The little thing for me, the little metric that matters is, yes, I would like to win home field advantage, but if you don't, making the playoffs, it's making the playoffs. That's the goal. That's the first goal, is to get to the playoffs, right? And we won enough games to qualify for the tournament, as you call it, the tournament. So we in there. So I'm not going to downplay us getting to the tournament, because it's not an easy thing. It's not easy winning 11 games. Yeah. It's not easy making the playoffs in the NFL.
Especially this year in the AFC. Very challenging. But before we get ahead of ourselves, Matt, let everybody know who you are, where they can find you at, kind of what it is that you do with your platform and how that came to be.
Yeah, so Charger Takes. Honestly, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, all the things, and really just started as me interviewing Charger fans. I bought a mic on Amazon the night before Week 1 preseason for $20. So if you scroll deep and look at my first few videos, the mic quality's terrible. Yeah, and honestly, I've always wanted to ask Charger fans just like funny questions because you see all the interview content at tailgates on social media when you're doom
Hmm.
scrolling. But I feel like it's always the interviewer being like, "How can I get clicks in exchange for you maybe losing your job?" Like it's super clickbait focused. And
For
I'm
sure.
like, "Bro, I just love the Chargers so much. Like I just want to ask funny Charger comedy questions." So my first question was like, if you scroll deep, my first question, and I didn't even have the account created yet. Actually, when I showed up to Week 1 preseason, my friend who wanted to do it with me,
Hmm.
I got nervous, bro. I was like, dude, I'm not just gonna approach these fans and like ask these questions. Like, I don't want to do it. He's like, bro, you got the mic. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. I didn't have the account created yet, but the question, my go-to question was like, what would you rather do? Spend what was it? Oh yeah, an entire day with Brandon Staley, but you get on-field passes, or just 5 seconds meet and greet with Jim Harbaugh. And one of those videos went viral, and I'm like, oh shoot, I guess I got to keep doing this. So then I just went to every game,
What
and
was the consensus answer?
What
it
did
was
you
actually a mix.
Oh,
It was
okay,
a mix. Yeah, believe it or not.
for
But
sure.
yeah, and then from there I just kept going and just fell in love with like getting to know everybody in the community and be doing it for years to come.
For sure. That's what's up, man. And what an idea it was, man. It exploded on the scene, took off. Um, Everybody started seeing you, reposting. I know that's how you hit our radar, with seeing it. I was like, dang, and then realized that like, oh, this person is in the same vicinity as we are. Like, we gotta figure out how we can link. And glad we was able to meet you in person, man. Amazing dude as always, amazing content. Proud of you and your platform and what it's been able to do, and just watching all the Charger content creators, man, just kind of band together this year and covering the Chargers our way. It's been a dope experience for sure.
It's been great. Yeah, it's been awesome meeting you guys. The whole thing. Yeah, couldn't agree more with all that.
Appreciate it. Um, so what would you say, what has been like, I guess recapping the year for you and just getting this thing off the ground. Um, what has been like some of the like monumental moments for you, or just like some like, oh man, this is wow.
Well, it's crazy. Like for me, for the team, I've got like a lot of thoughts we'll discuss and share, like
Yeah.
how the season went. Dude, for me, what was crazy is like by week 3 of the regular season, or
Hmm.
week 3, I guess. I don't know, by like our third home game of the year, like
Denver.
fans were running up to me and dapping me up and being like, I see your TikToks. And I'm like, what is going on? This is insane. That was crazy. And then from there, it just became like, I got to keep it. I got to hold it down. Like I want to
Yeah,
stay in the tailgate area. When I started asking myself like, how do I want to like evolve the content? I was like, I didn't go into this with any sort of a mission statement other than just like, I love the Chargers. I want to have fun and like try out TikTok.
hmm,
Then it became like, how can I give people the tailgate experience, a pink lot tailgate experience at home?
for
And
sure.
then how can I represent the fan base as best as possible? And how can I get more people to get over the fact that they moved from San Diego and just bolt up? And so, yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly.
Man. Um, Very similar, and like you said, not having a real a mission statement like that. Oh, what you think? How did we kind of come to be as our platform has been growing and what we've been trying to do?
It's just giving people the experience, like capturing. For one, you get that ick that, oh, the Chargers don't have fans when we have a lot of fans. We actually got a huge fan base, and we're all over.
Huge.
We're spread. We're spread across not just Southern California, really the West Coast, East Coast, Midwest. Like
South.
you can look in the chat. You got guys like Skylar that's in Tennessee, Tate that's in Memphis, on the Boat Bros that are here and they moved elsewhere for jobs and things like that. So you have, and plus San Diego's a military town, so you got a lot of people that have spent their whole career in San Diego that might have moved elsewhere, and they rooted for the Chargers because they connected with the Chargers while they stationed there and things like that, and the kids grow up around it. So just capturing the fan base and putting it out there. I don't think I love what you did, because originally that's what one of the things that we wanted to do, because when we first went to the tailgate, we was kind of doing interviews as well, talking to people, and I was like, that's a fun, unique way, and we wanted to start it up for the next season. But then we seen you doing it, and I was like, hey man, it's already covered. You know what I'm saying? That world is already covered, and we were busy on our end promoting what we were doing and trying to like bring that family fun tailgate experience that we know that we grew up in, being from the South, right? Being from the South, where tailgating is serious. It's a whole. It starts on Wednesday back in the South.
Production.
So it's one of those things, and just seeing that you were doing that, engaging with the fans, it was dope. And I think that we're capturing the whole essence of it and being able to put it out there with all the content creators hitting the ground, like Boat Bros doing their thing, the other podcasts, the other major podcasts like Boat Bros that are carrying the torch. And then you got yourself, you got LB, you got Jess, like really pounding the pavement and doing the one-on-ones with the people. So I think that's great for us. And now people are starting to see it because other teams are seeing our content and they're commenting, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing too, as far as like the Chargers have no fans thing. That's first of all dead after the Texans game. Like, I don't want to hear it anymore. It's just, there's no argument, there's no basis to that. But also too, like, the tailgate experience for the Chargers is unique like no other. And then you talk about how tailgating starts on Wednesday in the South, and it's a cultural massive ordeal for every college team, even high school teams in the South for some reason, all that. But then the Chargers, you have that no fan stigma, but then you have what goes down in Electric Avenue and Thunder Alley and the Pink Lot. And it's like, this is actually such a unique experience, let alone coming from a team with no fans, let alone coming from a team in SoCal where the stigma is no one really cares about SoCal teams. And so, but it's not even about that. It's more so just, it's a really unique experience at the Pink Lot. And I encourage every single Charger fan to go to the Pink Lot. If, you know, you're born and raised in Southern California, but you're rooting for your dad's team because he's from Philly, so you're an Eagles fan, throw that jersey away, represent Southern California, go to the Pink Lot, all the things.
You got to get the entire gambit of the day. And we started in a very similar fashion, man. About a year ago, you know, we was talking, we was actually fresh off a trip to Miami, where we went to go tailgate specifically. It was Miami Hurricanes versus Florida Gators in Gainesville, and we had a huge tailgate supporting some of the other bros, and went down there, man, and the tailgate was like massive. And you know, after it was all done, we were like, yo, why don't we do this at home? Like, we know what it looks like, we know what it can be, and like, just why have we never done this? And so we came back, and literally like that next weekend, we played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Nova hit me up like, is we gonna tailgate? And I was just like, this might have been like Friday, you know, before the Sunday. So it was like, sure, like, let's do it. You know, put some stuff together, and it was literally me, Nova, and like two of our other homeboys, and we went out there, man. I had brought my DJ equipment. We had a canopy. Didn't even have a real canopy. The canopy was red, so we low-key looked like Tampa Bay fans. We were like probably four, 5 rows down in a sea of Tampa Bay fans or whatever. We got our Chargers stuff on, and so set up all the equipment. You know, one table, one tent, 2 vehicles, and turn the music on and start frying fish, right? And and so the people to the left of us was Tampa fans. They were cool. The people to the right of us, Tampa fans, in front of us, so on and so forth. And man, we just started vibing, and Nova started going basically door to door, offering people to fish. And then everybody just came to like our section, like, yo, like, one, this fish is amazing. And then two, the vibe is amazing. So like everybody just stayed and we listened to music and stuff like that. And then that was really our first time like posting content. So we posted it and everybody on social media is like, yo, they tailgate at SoFi for
Yeah.
Charger games. And so we're like, yeah, and we, discovered it ourselves. And then shout out to Electric Avenue. They reached out to us after seeing the video and was like, yo, y'all need to come over here because there's like nothing but Charger fans over here. And so the game got flexed. We had to go back the next Thursday to go play who do we play? The Ravens, I think. Yeah, we played the
Thursday
Ravens
night.
like the very next Thursday night. And so we went to Electric Avenue, and it's like, bro, this is end to end Charger
Yeah.
fans. And then saw Thunder Alley on the other side, and like, no way. And then that was our last home game. And so
And
we
we cried.
literally spent the entire offseason campaigning like, yo, you have got to come to this tailgate. If you're a Chargers fan or if you're any fan, just understand that there's an entire experience going on before the game rather than just walking into SoFi Stadium. And that was kind of our, thing this year. We just wanted to bring everybody the experience, show them what it could be, and it blew up, like just being such a party like at our
You guys throw down. I've seen 50 plus people doing the Cupid shuffle.
yeah. Like just creating the environment like Nova said that we're used to, that we know being from the South, and man, like the culmination obviously was Saturday at the Texans game, bro. Like it was just madness down there. So it's been amazing to see, just like I said, the journey of not just ourselves, everybody else involved, who's just been out there on the front lines, just showing the people that Chargers do in fact have fans. So that's no longer a thing. And even the media can't, deny it, and hopefully they cover it better next year rather than, oh, well, it's like 60-40 split for fans in here. Like, no, that was like 99.9 to 0.1% Texans on Saturday. So it's been crazy to see, bro, for real.
That's another thing too. Like, and then also we should talk about like the evolution of like the Charger fan takeover at our home stadium this year. Like, well, number one, I just do want to point out, like when you talked about how Electric Avenue reached out to you, one of the things that I was like pleasantly surprised with when I like first started Charger Takes was how welcoming Thunder Alley and Electric Avenue were. Like they'd be DMing me trying to get me to their watch parties and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shoot. And it's just a super welcoming experience. And then you feel the love, then you share the love, and just that's what it is.
Absolutely. I don't know. Can you see that picture on the screen?
That the OG.
Yeah, that
So
was
that was the very
literally-
first tailgate. A lot different from what we got now.
Went
A lot
from
different.
one makeshift canopy that I just used sparingly to 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a key point that you hit on, man. It was nothing but love and support from day one. Me and Nova used to talk Chargers of football like all day. We got work to do. There's work to be done. There's life after work to be done, and we on the phone just talking, football, Chargers football. And one day he's like, man, we should do a podcast. And I did this exact same thing that you did, right? I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like in front of the camera, give and takes and this and the other. And so I wanted to approach it a little bit more methodical. Like, you know what? Let's get all our stuff. I'm in my mind, I'm like, we need all of this proper equipment. We need to get all our ducks in a row, and then we launch, what I'm saying? And we launch next season, right? Man, he was like, let's just go, bro. Like, get the camera, get the mic, turn it on, and let's just go. And literally, like, that's what we did. It was like one random Wednesday, and it's like, what it do? We Lightning Strike podcast. Welcome to our. And it's like one person viewing live or whatever. You know what I mean? And we just talking about Charger stuff, and then 2 people, and then 3 people, and then you go through
Yep.
the gambit of, oh, there's Chargers fans. I didn't know, and so we did that, and then the season ended, and we just didn't stop, bro. Like we just stayed active, stayed talking the Chargers stuff that we know, and shout
What
out
up,
to
NFL Mike?
everybody
Mike,
who
let's go.
taps in with us regularly, man. And like now it's like when we don't go, like people are all in the DMs, like, bro, y'all good? Everything all right? Like, when's the next show? And it's like it keeps us honest because that people are watching like that people are engaged like that. But you want to read some of the comments, man? I see the
Yeah, I
comments.
gotta say, now that NFL Mike's here about welcome your experience. So I probably had like 1,000 followers at this point. I was super new. I forget what I was posting on my story, but Mike, he DM'd me. I didn't know like him in person yet or whatever. I
Mhm.
just knew he was like the goat of
Same.
Charger content because 20K or whatever. Mike, you're the man. And then he like DM'd me. He's like, yo, because I was like, I think I was posting on my story, like, I don't have a cameraman. I was like freaking out, like, how am I gonna do this? Whatever, overthinking in the early stages. And
Mhm.
he's like, time to get a tripod. And then he sent me a video, like, you got to get this tripod because it's a selfie stick tripod. Time to just like gut out there and do it. I'm like, okay, that's what's up. So yeah, anyways,
It's
Mike, you're the man.
it's been nothing but love. Like Charger Boat fam said, we're on the ground floor of something that's going to be big. Ms. Rose says to all the Charger podcasts and interviews are accepted. Dead serious, bro. Like it's been nothing but love, especially like NFL Mike. Same thing. Reached out to us, and it's just been nothing but love and help from him. Boat Bros, it's been nothing but love and help
Yep.
from those guys. Like they reached out. We text all the time. He reached out and was like, "Hey, do this. We're gonna be here. Come on the show. Let's do this. We want to get with you guys." And like they don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? They're already
Actually
well
don't.
established. They're already well established. But for them to reach back
Bros.
to brand new guys, for Electric Avenue to reach out to us, and then all the Charger like people when we go to places like the guys Swooping D from Thunder Alley, they welcomed us with open arms. Like, hey man, come over here, bro. Like y'all, let's introduce you
Yeah,
to these
shout out
people.
to J Rock and the gang.
So
Yeah,
it's
they're
like
another one.
Thunder, Doc Thunder in the game. They showed us love in Vegas week 2, man. Because we was so focused on our week 3 rollout, like you know what I mean. But we knew we were going to the game. And shout out Nick, another just Chargers fan who reached out to us, like just a follower of the show, and it was like, yo, like if y'all go to Vegas this weekend, I got y'all. And was looking at me, and I'm looking at him like, is we going to Vegas? Like, and I mean, at the time we weren't going to Vegas. Like, this is already like, I think we did like our Thursday show pregame. And he in the comments, like, if y'all go to Vegas, I got you. I have no plans to go to Vegas this weekend. But he said that, and it was just like, I guess we going to Vegas. And we got there, man, took care of us, bro, had us on the field. And then we went to the pregame meet and greet, Tom's watch party, and just the whole Swooping D fam took care of us, and they were like, "Yo, if y'all want to tailgate tomorrow, like exchange numbers, like hit us up. You can come chill with us." And it was like, "What?" And so we went out there, was able to do a show from out there at Allegiant Stadium tailgate. Man, it's been nothing but positive energy, positive love from each and everybody we've come in contact with. So shout out to them. As much as we can pay it forward and pay it back, bro. That's probably what it is for 2026. I think that's the mission statement for Lightning Strike Podcast.
Yeah, cannot agree more. Shout out Bolt Bros and Swooping. That was them too.
And Bolt Pride, man. Bolt Pride.
And Bolt Pride.
Yeah.
And Bolt Pride. And Bolt Dogs. And Thunder. Dude, we're forgetting literally everybody.
Don't be mad if we forget you, man. Like our moderator for our YouTube, Brian, man. Appreciate Brian. Just Brian is always keeping everybody organized and order on YouTube, man. And again, a guy we never met, but he just been there since day one. Tyree, been there since day one. Peaky, day one. Like it's so many guys. Vinny, we met Vinny on a random night that we Rich from amazing taco truck.
Macho
Machamitos
Yeah.
taco truck in Whittier, California. Probably some of the best tacos I've ever had in my life. And I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying that. Like, I haven't been able to
Nah,
eat
it's no cap.
tacos the same since going to that food truck because it's so fresh and amazing. But meeting Vinny out there, and then Vinny just rolled with
Yep.
us, you know, and then Vinny met everybody else, and Vinny rolled with everybody else. It's just like we all met each other, and it's just all one big family taking care
Even
of
that
each other.
alone, like we literally left training camp one day and they was like, yo, if you can come to Whittier today, you could do the show from our taco truck. Say less. Training camp ended, got in the whip, drove like 45 minutes down the road, set up right in front of this taco truck in Whittier, man. And people were like, at first was confused, like, what is going on out here? 'Cause, you know, we got the lights and everything. And then people started coming up and was like, yo, like, is this a podcast? Like, this is live? And it's like, yeah, we're talking about Charger stuff. So literally sitting down, everybody picking up a mic, and we met Vinny out there, met Rich for the first time in person after just talking online. But yeah, it's been love, man. Shout out to just the Bolt fam in general. I think that's one of the bigger things that our fan base can't be understated, man. Like we actually take care of each other, and being welcomed in that community is an amazing thing to see.
Yeah, I think like one reason for that maybe would be like what it means to like be a Charger fan in a lot of ways. Like
Add me on
there
TikTok.
is a lot of heartbreak. They left the city. We've got the no fans thing. And so like there's just so much passion behind it. And so like to
Mhm.
that point too, like I get a lot of hate from non-followers in my videos when I post the LA San Diego stuff. But like at the same
Same.
time, bro, like if at this point in time, if you haven't rejoiced, then you just weren't a fan. And so to talk about the San Diego to LA thing and like pick other fans' brains on how they think about that, dude, that's like a part of our history. And like that should be recognized and celebrated. And so when you
Hey,
see these welcoming environments, it's because everyone's just like, dude, how can we just get as many, like, you know what I mean?
bring everybody back, and
Yep.
that's been our whole thing. Come to the stadium, and I think the Chargers have recognized that, and that's why they made the effort with the Supercharged uniforms and changing the Oculus to look like the Qualcomm Stadium,
Hmm.
bringing back the old sound and feel after every score. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And engaging people. It's not to like, oh, we're gonna try to pimp the San Diego fan. No, it's come back. You're a part of this as much as anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because you are the ground floor fan base of this, and you're not forgotten in all of this. Just because they got
Hmm.
LA on it, the roots of this team is still in San Diego. And they acknowledge that during training camp. Players have acknowledged that. You've seen them post about it, talk about it. Like, it's San Diego through and through. Come back. And a lot of fans, it was good to see a lot of fans coming in and saying, hey, bro, we watched y'all clips, and y'all made us come to the game, and thank you for that. Like, I ain't been
Mhm.
to a
Oh,
game
I
in
had
eight
that happen
years.
too.
I ain't been to a game in 8 years, and I had the time of my life. It's like, it's still a Chargers, bro.
Yeah. It's
Politics
still the
aside,
Chargers.
it's still a Chargers. If you want to refer to them as San Diego Chargers, there's nobody that's going to correct you. I don't even think the Chargers are going to correct you and say no. Say LA. They haven't. They they don't do that. They don't do that.
Well, and too, like if you really think about it, like sure, throughout the Chargers' history, other than like the earlier 2000s or whatever, like they've had a hard time captivating fans just because for whatever reason, Southern California is like to root for transplant teams. But we really were. The Chargers are the only native NFL team to Southern California. And so I think it's cool seeing all the San Diegans rejoice. Maybe some newer fans start to catch on the buzz and like fall in love with the Chargers for the first time because it truly is the Southern California Chargers. Until they leave Southern California, they're the SoCal Chargers.
For sure.
And they're still
And
in
it's
the
cool seeing that
vicinity.
come to life.
It's still in the vicinity. Like, when I grew up rooting for the Saints, and I had to drive 4 hours to go watch the Saints. And y'all complaining about two? I
Yo,
would love to have.
how about Thunderdome and his crew? Those guys come down from Fresno and like
Man, like
Sacramento.
I think and like so prior to the Texans game, we went on a mini campaign of just like, yo, now or never. The last home game of the season, what are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like come to the game. And for the most part, I would say that was met with you know, people understood the call to action. And then there was everybody else who was like, let me tell you every reason why I can't come. And so now it's like, okay, everybody's got, what their situation is. It's like, I can't do nothing about your financial status or whatever. But what I can tell you is that standing room tickets are $53 right now. So either go buy them or don't buy them if that's an issue for you. But shout out to five North for making it so that if you're in San Diego, what is it, Oceanside, OC, every home game, bro, they have a party bus that's coming from or that's traveling that basically the 5 interstate, making stops, picking up fans and dropping them off right in the tailgate. So you get the tailgate, you get the party bus experience, go to the game, and then you got 45 minutes after the game ends, and they take you back to San Diego. Like,
Yeah, massive shout out to Patty and all the 5 North Bolt crew. She hit me up and just wanted to get me on the bus. And I'm like, all right, like I'll film content for you. Like I want to make sure I give you an ad. And she's like, no, just come on. Bro, I'm telling you, at least on the way, I'm on the way back here in stadium traffic and it's like, whatever, you're tired. But
yeah,
on the way up, dude, if you're in San Diego like me, you really feel like you're going to a San Diego Chargers game without question. You're with all the San Diego diehards and like you're drinking a little bit the whole way up. We did trivia. Like you truly, the bus ride goes by in 25 minutes. No joke.
that is
So if you're in San Diego, hit up 5 North Bolt. Try it out.
yeah, for sure. We gotta get on there next season. We got to figure out a way to, yeah, we gotta figure out how to make that happen. Just to get the experience. But yeah, man. You read some of these
One of the questions, let me get the real Ashawn John said, question: would getting rid of Roman be smart considering the number of offensive coordinators Justin has had? Not a huge Roman fan, but wondering what you think, Charger.
Mike.
You know what? Yeah, I saw a take yesterday on IG, and he's been fired from 3 different organizations. He's probably really not only, but a big reason why he's our offensive coordinator is because he has a great human-to-human relationship with Jim Harbaugh and the Harbaugh family. I'm not calling for a firing of an offensive coordinator. I don't think things have been that bad, but there is still a taste of Herbert will bail us out. Like that's Brandon Staley's whole thing. We got Justin Herbert. Like I'm a terrible coach, but we got Justin Herbert. And so it's not that bad. But I still do think there's a taste of Justin Herbert will bail us out no matter what. But at the same time, we have the worst offensive line in NFL history. So what do you guys think?
Norm Star in the building. For me, go ahead, brother. You was about to go ahead.
Do I think our offensive play calling can be more dynamic? Absolutely. Even with the offensive line situation. But just on the business side of ball, won 11 games 2 years in a row. So it's like, even if it was the call to like get him out of there, like what's the ultimate justification? Which is I think the bigger part of like removing like your emotions out of it and how you feel. Like on his resume, he can still be like, yo, we went to the playoffs 2 years in a row. With 11 wins and maybe even more, depending on what Sunday looks like. So remains to be seen. I know consistency with the offensive coordinator position has been a issue. And so, moving on to somebody else would be like what, number 3, 4 for Jay Herbo in like 5 years, something like that. So it's like, do you keep trying to continue to build chemistry? Is the O-line going to be one of the things that, he can lay his hat on? Like, well, we haven't had a solid offensive line in 2 years. So this is what I was able to do with what was presented. So I think it remains to be seen.
My whole thing with Greg is at some point, you as a coach, right? You're not going to be given all the great players at every position. It's not gonna work like that, right? You're gonna get strategically players in certain positions that will help you overcome a lot of things that handicap you, right? And that's my issue with Greg. that this offensive line is horrible, but you have yet to put them in the position that benefits them, right? So it's like you're still running Justin out there with a 5-step drop, 7-step drop, deep routes with these receivers, 3 deep complex routes that's taking way too long to uncover with this offensive line. That's where I draw the issue and I go, it's a coaching issue now. It's not a player issue. Yes, we know they're horrible, right? We got injuries, everything. Those guys are probably at best depth pieces on a lot of teams, right? But they're still NFL players. I'm not knocking them. When I say they suck in the scheme, in the grand scheme of things, of against the greater players that they're playing, the greater players that they're facing. But you as a coach, this is where you have to evolve. You have to build a scheme that benefits your guys and plays to their strengths. Okay, what might not can run the ball up the tackle. We've been having success running it outside, but then we go to another game and now we're trying to run it up the middle. Why? Play to your strengths. You know, we show in the Pittsburgh game that we do have a quick passing game. And what do? We put up 30 plus points against a great Pittsburgh defense.
Mm-hmm.
And then we come back and we don't do it no more. We don't show it no more. You know what I'm saying? So it shows that we're capable of it. He's very capable of calling that type of game and adjusting, but he doesn't. So now, to me, I look and I go, it's time. We have to move on from you because now you're holding us back. We can sit up here and say, oh, the line is never going to be perfect. The line is never going to be perfect. You're never going to have every all-pro lineman on your line. It's just not what it is. We have 2 cornerstones, and I think if they were there, Justin would have a little bit more time. Because they were there last year, and he still had to improvise and still had to run. He just didn't have the weapons, and now he has the weapons. And even with him improvising, they're not in the best position for that improvise.
Mm-hmm.
So now I look at the coach. Coach.
Let me ask you this.
That was a 10 out of 10 take. Wow.
Who goes first? Greg Roman or offensive line coach?
Both at the same time. I say both. I say both at the same time because I'm saying, like, we've known coming in. We known all off season, and they added Becton, and they re-signed a couple guys, right? So you sign off on that. You have a voice in that room to get the line that you need. To say Greg Roman doesn't have a voice, come on, that's Harbaugh's boy. So you mean to tell me I can't tell you, hey, bro, I need some help? You need to go to Jim and tell him I need help on this line. I need these guys for this type of scheme that I want to do for Justin, right? So if that didn't happen, now you're saying, okay, I'm going to roll with what I got. As a coach, you got to roll with what you got, and you got to evolve. You got to say, okay, these guys suck, but you know what? They're good at this. They're good at this, and that's what I'm going to play it to. If we got a dink and dunk all the way down the field, we haven't had a problem really moving the ball down the field. But once we get inside the 30, that's where the real genius comes out, and we see a lack of it. He goes and he does a draw play on 3rd and whatever, or a trick play that we don't need to do, trying to throw it to a tight end out in the. Come on, bro. When Chris Jones is out the game and you're not running it up the middle, you're not running it right up the A gap. You know what I'm saying? And then I turn on the TV and I watch the Rams play, and they got Puka Nacua running a route up the A gap. He's in motion. They hike the ball. He comes out the A gap and catches the football. I'm just like, look at that creativity. And the Rams really don't have a great offensive line, but their coach puts them in the position. That ball comes out of there fast. The 49ers the same way. They had all those injuries, but Brock Purdy ain't holding on to the ball. Brock Purdy is catching it. He ain't even moving. He's just catching and he's throwing, softening up the defense, dropping. Then he throws big shots. Then they have the run game. So we're not doing any of that. And everybody's getting mad at me saying, oh, you want, bro, I get it. We got 11 wins, but are you just happy just with 11 wins and making the playoffs with a first round exit? With Justin Herbert, we're wasting this time.
Yeah.
We're wasting this time.
Yeah, that's what's happening. We're wasting this prime.
And on this show, we have been fair, firm, and impartial for everything. When Greg Roman called a great game, we have every post game we do a grading of all the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And when he does well, we give him the grade accordingly. when he does bad, we hold him accountable. It's not just a compile on him, but it just sucks when we have this receiving core, a special tight end at rookie, a special two running backs. We discovered a second running back that was almost off the team.
Shout out to Money.
You know what I'm saying? You got 5 great receivers, really 6 receivers that can match up with anybody. We don't have a Jamar Chase, we don't have a T. Higgins, but we have 6 very capable when they put together, outstanding freaking receivers.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Justin Herbert.
Do we need to print off Fire Roman shirts?
And it's like,
is it like that?
These guys aren't getting. You're running schemes. I'm watching film, and these dudes are right on top of each other. It was a route. Keenan and Ladd ran the same route, no spacing, and I'm just like, are you serious? You got Keenan Allen, who probably got the best footwork of every receiver ever in the NFL. The guy ran a 4.7 in at the combine. And you look at 4.7 as a receiver, that's a killer. Like, you don't want this guy, but this dude gets open can get open on every play.
That route cook.
You got Ladd, the most shiftiest dude. If you go watch Ladd film at Georgia, it was Ladd right, Ladd left, Ladd deep, Ladd over the middle, Ladd on the curve. Ladd was just balling. And you watch Trey Harris, the same thing. This dude is a route technician. He's a masterful run blocker. Great guy. KLS.
Hey, 2 questions for you.
Go ahead.
One, how good do you think this current offensive line would be with a better offensive coordinator? Right now, they're ranked like 32nd worst.
I don't think we need them to be better. That's the thing. We don't need them to be better. You just got to scheme better to play to their strengths. They could still be 32nd.
What do you think their rankings would be if we had a better offensive coordinator that knew how to play to their strengths?
I don't
say middle of the pack.
Really?
Maybe in the 20s, maybe the 20th ranked offensive line. But at the thing is, it's not necessarily the offensive line. Because if you just watch the game to watch the game and understand the game, why is Herbert dropping back 5 steps? Why? Why isn't that ball coming out his hand as soon as he hikes the ball?
Mm-hmm.
Why you got them zone blocking when they haven't been able to? I mean, you got them gap blocking when they should be zone.
Hey, so who do we replace him with? Like, I don't expect you to just, I don't have offensive coordinator knowledge, but when it comes to firing a coach, like, who do we replace him with? Because we all wanted Staley gone, but like, we had to wait till Harbaugh.
I think the thing with that question is, like, you can want whatever you want, but if there is an offensive coordinator who's going to be available after this offseason, it's not going to be cheap. You look at the situation in Miami with Mike McDaniel, who's a creative mind when it comes to that type stuff. But Mike gonna come with a paycheck. You know what I mean? And historically, have we been the team that dumps a large bag on 1 on players and 2 on coaches? I don't know. That would be somebody in my mind who I would be looking to watch out for. If Miami decides to part ways with him, Joe.
So if we're a first round exit this year, God forbid, we're printing off Fire Roman shirts is what I'm gathering right now.
Somebody in the chat is looking for you to lead the charge on that. Hold on, I just seen it. At STL Mark says, at Chargers Take, Fire Roman shirts. What? We know you will do it.
I will do it. I'm actually going to make merch this weekend. If we're first round, I don't want to call for a firing of a coach while we're still in a Super Bowl race. But if something bad happens, we'll do it for sure. I'll give that guy a free
you
t-shirt.
Got one sale for sure, Mike. For
it's like somebody Terrence on TikTok said, "Oh, it's not like Roman is blocking up the middle, but Roman is calling the play up the middle where we're not strong at against a personnel that have their starting personnel in there. But you'll call it against their 2 runs when typically teams don't bring their pass rushers on the field the first and second down, right? Pass rush is usually out of the game because it's usually running downs.
First 2 downs, yeah.
So why not take advantage of that and go deep? That's why you typically see teams go deep on first and second down and have success in it because they don't have pass rushers in the game. You're not going to go deep on the third down. You got to get rid of the ball, right? But we're running the ball on first and second down up the middle when that hasn't been our strong suit all season. But we just had success running to the outside with the Big 13 package that you bring in when you bring in Trevor Penny. We didn't run it at all.
I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't really realize it was this bad because for every home game, I'm down in the Verizon Center with the Oxnard crew, getting rowdy, and you're so down. You're at eye level. I don't even have a good opportunity to watch the games necessarily, so I need to watch some film.
Shout out to our Oxnard family, man. I love
Dude, those guys are awesome.
805 Boulevard Boats, man. That's a crew in itself, man.
They're so funny.
And they showed us major love too, man. Shout out to them. All right, before you can even get to what as soon as you said that, I'm down there with that group. I'm like, oh man.
Bro, you notice I was telling them at the tailgate for the Texans game. I was like, bro, have you guys noticed how my content has slowly evolved into just being you guys because they're so rowdy, energetic, and happy that naturally when I'm filming those hype videos, I look for them,
Absolutely. Anyways. They bring the energy every time. Shout out to Thunderlorian and all of them, man. That's Luke, the squad right there. Yeah, that's definitely the gang over there. Repping that 805.
I love it, man. But I'm happy with the 11 wins, but I'm not satisfied. I know that this team is capable of much more. And I'm just asking Craig just to be more creative and open up his mind, seek some outside counsel. Look, take chances. Don't just go in there with this vanilla, bland offense, man. Bro.
Yeah, it feels like the Harbaugh era has officially landed. It was beginning last season, but we're like, all right, it's the first year. Then you watch how we're winning all these games. Our fan base slowly starts showing up. We had a 50-50 ratio against the Eagles. We had maybe a 52% ratio or over 50% ratio against the Raiders. And then we had a 100% ratio against the Texans. Culturally, everything's here. Offensive line goes down. You're right. The one last thing that needs to happen is I'm not going to call for the firing of him until, we have a disappointing end. But you're right. That's the last piece to the Harbaugh.
Peaky says, here's his hot take. He says, Mentor plus Roman gets you 7 wins. Harbaugh gets you 2 more. Herbert gets you at least 2. That's 11 wins. Health gets you a playoff win. Vegas gets you a Super Bowl run. Peaky gets a win.
I tell you this. Look at the game like this, and you can go back and watch the film. All right, this is when you give Greg credit. If Herbert is upright in the pocket, and he hits them in stride, and he hits the routes. Yeah, if Herbert is running, that's not a Greg Roman play call. That is improvisation on Justin Herbert. That is just Justin Herbert being extremely athletic and gifted quarterback. That's not a play call by Greg Roman. Greg Roman gets credit when he drops back and he hits them and he's still in the pocket. He makes the throw from the pocket. That's when you give Greg Roman credit. That's great play call, great design. The run, when you have success with the run, you give it to him. And then there's some runs where the player goes to hit a hole, it's not there, and he improvises and goes somewhere else. That's on the player. If he hits it, the creases are there. That's Greg Roman calling a great play call. They executed the blocks great, all in all. But when Herbert's in the pocket and Herbert does the Herbert magic, that throw against the Broncos, that wasn't hardball. That was a scramble drill. I mean, that wasn't Greg Roman. That was a scramble drill. That was an improvisation. That was the boy improvising on the spot, and that's what he's gifted at. It's just that's why Patrick Mahomes. That's why Patrick Mahomes is in the category that he's in, because of when Andy Reid calls a play and it breaks down. Patrick Mahomes is rolling with the punches.
Greatness takes over.
Yes.
Let me ask you this, Mike. What would you say? In your odds this year is the status of the Charger fan base. Like what have you been able to see basically from your perspective?
Me?
Yeah, you're Mike, right?
I'm Matt.
Matt.
But
Oh, he
yo,
didn't get
just
his
Oh
name.
shit,
takes.
yeah, my bad. I didn't gave you a whole new name. My bad.
I would go with Mike. You can call me whatever you want, but we got NFL Mike.
Yeah,
NFL Mike is
I
Mike.
think that's what it is. I'm reading in the comments or whatever. My bad. Matt.
Yeah, we're
Guys, this
good.
is
No,
Matt.
I
Everybody
don't think
just
anyone.
stay
I don't think
calm.
anyone in the Charger. I don't think too many people in the Charger fan base even know my name, but it's cool. People just call me Takes. Charger Takes. It's awesome. What was the question?
What do you think like the status of like the fan base? Like over the
Yeah.
year, like what have you seen over the season, just dealing with like SoFi and kind of like where it started to where we ended or where we
Oh
are
my
currently.
gosh. Yeah, where it started is to where it ended.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Texans game says enough, but as far as the culture, I feel like what makes a Charger fan, something that we all have in common is like the pain that unites us. I think I was interviewing this kid on the 5 North Bolt kid, adult, interviewing this guy on the 5 North Bolt, 5 Bolt North, Josh, and he was like, he's from San Diego, and he said something like, if you hate the Chargers, why not go to the game and just let your emotions out on the field? Like, go to a game, get in the stands, scream, lose your voice, something along those lines. And I feel like that's kind of what has happened, where something that unites us is we've got fans all over the US. We don't historically show up in large numbers. The team left San Diego. We played in a soccer stadium. We got
Shout out
Justin
to
Herbert,
Stud.
and that's another struggle too. We forgot to talk about, like, we get Justin Herbert. We get this amazing roster. We get Staley, who for the first year or two everybody was excited about, but found out he was maybe the worst head coach of all time. And so that was a letdown. That was a struggle. And so it just feels like constant struggle and pain. And like
We've been
that's
trauma
kind of what's
bonding this
uniting
whole
us.
time.
What's that?
I said we've been trauma bonding this whole time.
We've been trauma bonding this whole time, and now we're finally like uniting as a family, and it's so
Mm-hmm.
cool. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to say that, but I think ultimately, like, beginning of the season was like we got Harbaugh, and you know what I would say, when we went 3-0, and even if you scroll down my Instagram account and see the hype from those videos, this is before I was like really, embraced and loved in the community. I was just running up to people that I'm now friends with, but didn't know that well yet, being like, "What do you
For
think?"
sure.
And everybody was like, "The Harbaugh era has landed. You can feel it in the stands. You can see it on the field. We're 3-0." And I feel like that 3-0 era was like, dude, it's here. We're now an established team. Then we lost a few games, whatever, but we slowly united into like, dude, we run Southern California. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I kind of rambled and I was sort of long winded, but what do you guys think?
No, honestly, even with this horrible offensive line, I just the reason why I'm so hard on Greg right now is if you just get creative, like if you just call the game that you call with the Cowboys, the Vikings, the Steelers, there's nobody that can stop us. Like,
Yeah.
I got it. Offensive line sucks, but Greg, if you call it and put them in a position to win, there's nobody in the NFL. If you lay it out, there's nobody that matches up with us. Seriously. And it's not trying to be cocky or delusional. We have a top 5 defense. Our defense is 4th ranked defense in red zone stops. You know what that means? Like that is huge. The defense has kept us in a lot of games. I would say about 3 games they gave up, but for the most part, they've held this team down. That's really the identity of this team,
Mm-hmm.
the defense. If you really want to break down what are the Chargers' identity, it's the defense, because the offense is so inconsistent. Justin Herbert has been consistent. He had, I think, one very bad game that was against the Jaguars. Everybody played bad against the Jaguars. There's just whole thing, but for the most part, the offensive production has been inconsistent and not up to par to what they have. And I think that if Greg Roman just goes, you know what, man, let me just get creative with these guys. Let me call the Steelers. Let me call the Cowboys. Let me call. Well, he just let it hang out. He had lad running go routes, and we had success. He had QJ catching quick screens, and we know QJ. Look at the production QJ has given you, even on his deep routes, and we failed to tap into it. The last game we did when we needed to move the ball. When he got out of that, I'm gonna run up the middle. He said, "Okay, I'm gonna go to QJ," and QJ responded. QJ had a massive game. He was like the only consistent receiver out there on the football field, and we
Shout
went
out to
away from
Quentin
that.
Johnson.
We went away from that, and it's like Greg Roman, go with what works. I get it. Sometimes it's okay to be predictable until they stop it. You did that against the Chiefs. You did that against the first game against the Chiefs. You were so predictable, but like they couldn't stop it. They knew you was going to do it, and they couldn't stop it. And then I think you just kind of got away from that, man. Kind of got away from that.
But what about the fans?
Yeah, bro, you got something to add? Because I actually have something to get back to. I have a couple of points we should shout out to that though. When you talked about
Charger Bowl fam hit it on the head. He said our Charger fans looked and felt like we were the 80s at that Houston game. It was rocking, bro. I love how the family answered the call.
Yep.
And came back out in droves and showed up. We didn't get the results on the field, but we got a W with our fan base, with the family coming back together. That was huge, man. And we showed the world, take notice. And people still tried to say, "Oh, it wasn't no fans in this."
AR.
What, you crazy?
Well, that's another thing too about take notice. Like two things. One thing I should have summed up my long-winded response was with like, not just we just have something to believe in now. And we've trauma bonded. Now we have something to believe in. We've united. But most importantly, too, one thing I've noticed about this season is we've got motion. And what I mean by that is like we've got haters. And so, for example, we got attitude. Like our defense, our DBs. I love these DBs, even though our third or second string guy got burned twice against the Texans. But Mickens flipping off the Eagles fans after we sent the Eagles home. Tony Jefferson flipping off the Chiefs fans. And then even like with like Justin Herbert in the club in the club seating, grabbing and whatever, there's a kid running up to him and he's like, no, I'm getting out of here. Like, not to say you should ignore kids when they ask for autographs, but if they're in an Eagles jersey, whatever. So I feel like people are just trying to find something to use against the Chargers, to hate the Chargers. And I don't know, we haven't really had that before. It's always been like,
that's how you know you're moving in.
I want the Chargers to win. It's like how Dodger fans used to treat Padres fans, where it's like, oh, you're the little brother. So I hope you do good. You know what I mean? But like now we are good, and like we got motion, and I feel like that's sort of the fan base answer they're calling with. I don't know. It's amazing to see.
It was. NFL Mike says I literally bought 10 tickets tax season. No,
that charge snap was everything.
I definitely agree, man. Just watching the evolution of even starting with just the tailgate. Week 3 we played the Broncos. It was our first home game, and it was a lot of Broncos fans out there. They showed up, and we had an amazing time. And you could just kind of see week to week, slowly but surely, it's like few more Chargers fans. The Raiders thought they was gonna come here and do something. We deaded them, deaded that. Eagles came out, and the Eagles fans was for tailgate purposes. That was a great crowd, man. They was out there partying or whatever. We had so much fun with them. But like our Chargers fans would not let them do their Eagles thing because they wanted the EAGLE, the Eagles, and we wasn't going. Like, nah, man, we shutting all of that down. So just watching that, all the way into the Texans game where there was literally I think I might have seen with my own eyes 5 Texans fans like in the tailgate from where we were. And one was with me. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, bro, we dominated that whole space, that whole area.
That's crazy.
It was such a beautiful sight, man, that just all of our Charger fans are in one location, doing the chants, bolting up, just having such an amazing time. You got families out there, like, it's whole families that's done brought the kids out, brought everybody out. So much love from everybody on social media who was like, yo, the tailgate was so amazing. Y'all wasn't lying. And I think that's just the momentum to build on going into next season's home games. Like, yo, this is the place to be at now. Like, I don't the Rams will probably be like, "Oh man, it's just not better than ours." I beg to differ. Like I feel like we could put our tailgate up against anybody in the NFL, and that's just what it is. Like we made it to a lot of away games this year. Nobody is doing it how we do it over there. It is nowhere near as lit, as inviting, meeting people. Um, NFL Mike says the players noticed too, mentioned a bunch of times in the pressers. And I mean, yo, like next season I'm super excited for season, tailgating, like the whole nine, man. I think we have so much momentum going into and getting, like you said, those old people back on the train. We done trauma bonded, we healing. And I think the biggest thing for us, you, every other Charger creator is just I challenge you to keep spreading just the awareness. If there's nothing that I learned more in the last like 2.5 weeks leading up to the Texans game, there are so many people who just don't know how to approach going to the game. And you made two great videos about like this is how you go get your tickets, this is the
Oh,
way
what's
you
crazy
go
about
into
that?
to parking. Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off. There's two crazy things about that. Number one, I got like maybe like 4 or 5 DMs being like, "Hey, I'm coming with my family. Like, I saw your video.
Hmm.
How do I do it?" And then at the tailgate too, I was walking around and like someone ran up to me like, "Charger takes, bro. I saw your video. My friends and I decided to all pitch on Pink Lot parking spot. We're tailgating out here." And it was like the most fun group of all time. But I think what like makes it special too is like earlier in the year. And for example, like I've been a diehard Charger fan my whole life, but I've rarely walked through the Pink Lot in the past. I'd always go to a few games a year. So I kind of went into it with like blind enthusiasm. And then what you said about embracing or like, you know, spreading awareness about the team is like what I think like week one, I was talking to the Bolt tender at one of his watch parties or week two.
Shout out, Pat.
Yeah, shout out Pat.
Shout
And
out,
I was like,
Patrick.
bro, everyone has an idea of what a Bills fan is in their head. Like they break tables, Eagles, rowdy, obnoxious, but no one's got a charge like an idea of what a Charger fan is. And so if I do have a mission, it's just to represent Charger fans to the rest of
We're
the world.
we're like the vibe that they think of when you think of California. It's just a good, welcoming vibe. Like if you California is essence, everybody is pretty much welcome. You walk onto a beach, people are like, "What up, man? Like, you want to go catch the waves?" Or it's a welcoming environment in California. The weather's perfect, and the people at the tailgate are the same way. We like, hey, we're gonna party with you. We're not gonna fight
Yeah,
you.
we're
We're not
just
gonna,
here for a good time.
Yo, I've got a
yeah,
video about that I'm gonna drop soon
Yeah,
because I went
we're
into
just
the
here
last
for a good
tailgate with just
time.
a few questions, and one of my questions was, "What does being a Charger fan mean to you?" And I asked that question because I saw another interviewer ask Philly fans that question, and so I was looking for clickbait to be honest. Because one kid was like, "Oh, what does being a Philly fan mean? It means if you disagree with me, we're gonna get in your face. If I see you in the porta potty, I'm gonna tip it over and watch you walk out with piss and shit all over you." And so I was like, dude, that's hilarious. So I was like kind of hoping that Charger fans would get crazy. Bro, 100% of my responses, at least 20 responses, they all said family.
yeah.
Mm.
It's
They
that's
all
what it
said it
is,
means
bro.
family.
It's like look at how welcoming they are, man. Like we don't have to sit up there. I think the only people we fight are the Raiders, and that's because it's family. Like most of the Raider people are your cousins or or something. So
Mhm.
you tend to fight your family more than anybody else. But for the most part, in the parking lot, it's just love. It's like, all right, bro, we know you are diehard about your team. We don't need all that. Like we die hard about ours, but we die hard in the other way. We want to have a good time, party. When we go in the stadium, we really gonna get it up there. But right now, we're cool.
Yeah.
Like
I give
chill,
this
bro.
disclaimer
Chill, bro.
every home game at our tailgate. Like it's all love for everybody. The away fans, you can come eat with us, come party with us, come take these pictures. And a lot of times people are like, boo. It's like, nah, we don't gotta boo them, man. We about to Cupid shuffle in like 4 minutes. Like we need them to participate. Like, you know what I mean? But when we
Yeah.
the thing that is common is when we get into the stands, that's where we turn on I don't F with you energy. Like, you know what I mean?
Bro.
That's where we take it there.
We
You
will
know what I
beat you
mean?
up though. We will. Don't get it twisted. We will beat you
Yo,
up.
hey,
Like
back to that point and back to the culture, like starting with the Broncos game, how like, yeah, the Broncos did have a bigger ratio there in week 3, but we switched that up. Bro, dude, I was flipping off Broncos fans after we kicked them out of the stadium, and I'm not that guy.
it'd be
We
like
got
that.
motion.
It'd be like that. They push you to that point. Like it push you to that point. It's automatic. It's on site with Raider fans, but I think it's like everybody else got to earn that. And like they think we cool. We cool until you push us. Like we cool with everybody, but don't push us.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
It's
carry
not
us up.
sweet. That's
Yeah.
what we can take away from this entire little segment is like Charger fans are not sweet. Don't come in here thinking that it's gonna be what you think it's gonna be. It's like, no, we not gonna do that. You know what I mean? We're gonna have this fun. You know what I mean? Everybody gonna talk, they talk. That Eagles game, bro. Leaving the stadium that day was like, oh man. Like when I tell you, like, they were so sick that if I could probably pinpoint one moment in the season that was major for me, it would definitely be that Eagles walk-off interception. And the energy that was just in the stadium. We
It was
had a
so
couple of
cocky.
Eagles fans in our section. But just the walkout, man, like it took us literally 45 minutes just to leave the stadium after the game. But we get back to Pink Lot and people done broke their stuff back out. It's like a micro tailgate going on again. I don't know if you know the guy, but he dresses up like Jim Harbaugh.
Oh
Um,
yeah, for sure,
yeah,
Charlie. Dude,
yeah.
shout
So,
out Charlie and their crew.
so
Charlie
yeah.
is so cool and so nice to me and so welcoming. I would stash my tripod in his car during the game sometimes this year.
So after the game, I run into Charlie, and they whole group done brought the speakers back out, and man, they played the San Diego Superchargers. I actually have a video of it. They played the San Diego Superchargers on, and like we just vibed for like 2.5 minutes, like just right there in they section, man. Just everybody going crazy, and just the look on the Eagles fans' faces, like they couldn't even like and they were lit. Like when I tell you the energy pregame in the tailgate, like they was going up, man. We had an amazing time in our section, but you talk depressed, like, oh man, it's like everyone that we passed by. I made like 2 rounds of going from like back all the way through Electric Avenue down to Thunder Alley. They got their speakers back up, man. It was like a band out there playing or whatever. I was like, I don't even know where this band on the back of this
Yeah.
truck came from. Like, why do they got a whole production out here? Like, it was still like another hour of people just celebrating, having fun, man. You know, we got the Los Angeles street glizzies going crazy. Like everybody's just like, I don't even eat this normally. Give me 2. Like, like it was
Dude,
just so
1000%.
crazy out there.
Celebration.
Yeah, it was that was it. What would it be for you, Nova? What was I guess your high point of 2025?
I would say that the Eagle victory. Just the energy from I knew all season. If you listen to the show, that was one of the things circled on the thing. I was like, don't sell those tickets. If anything, we need to keep them out of the stadium because they travel real well and they're very obnoxious. Like Eagle fans are super obnoxious. They're my most obnoxious team right next to the Cowboys, then the Raiders. Right. And just the energy that one guy here, I mean, they're so cocky. Dude had his shirt off, just flexing the whole game. Him and his wife was like allowing this behavior. And like they're from Philly. They're like Philly fans. They're from Philly. And she's just encouraging him. And he's just like going crazy the whole game. And just to see him defeated and deflated. I even brought my homegirl who's an Eagle fan. And just to see her face, like, because they just knew they had a dub. Like, right?
Yep.
They circled it on here. We're gonna go party and rock LA out.
From the start of the day, they knew they had it.
Yeah.
I think that's what was happening with all these big market teams that we played during prime time with Steelers, with Vikings, and even though Vikings had Carson Wentz half injured and Eagles, I think people come to SoFi Stadium, especially if you're a fan of a big market team and it's a primetime game, you're thinking, bro, we're going to take over the stadium. It's going to be a home game because that's what it's been historically for them. And then they show up and it is just not what they expect. And they just get booted, right? We just booted every big market. We went undefeated during primetime. We
Yeah.
kicked all these fans out of our stadium.
Pittsburgh
so-
was pretty
it-
good too.
It felt so good, man. It felt so good to
Yep.
just like know that you had all those memes, you had all that Easter talk, and I know you guys are so annoying, and it would have been just Eagles. Soon as you walked out of there, they'd have been doing it EAGL, yeah, all because I've seen it. I've seen them do it, and
Did you
just
see
to,
the post? Yeah.
just to have them zippered up and walking out, and that walk of shame. The dudes, I was like, the dudes had the birds on their hat, and I was just like, can you fly it for me one more
Yeah,
time?
one more time. He was
Dude, did you see that? You know how I post those like post game hype videos after a win?
yeah.
You see the one I made 2 for Philly, but the first one I made, I used the Always Sunny in Philadelphia song, and I just put the title "The Gang Beats the Eagles." The gang beats Philly, and it was like all these Eagles fans just like exactly what you described, all bummed. They see a camera in their face, and they're just like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Like
was awesome.
like my perception and what I've seen from the Philly fans are just like they're so worried. So when we was going to New York, I thought that I thought it was just the East Coast thing, right? Because they're passionate about their teams, right? Usually they get drunk and you see all the fighting that happens on the East Coast. And I'm going to the New York game and I'm thinking like, man, we might have to fight here. But the Giants fan were actually cool. I think what he says, we only get rowdy like that when we play in our division. Like when the Philly fans come, that's when you see fighting and things like that. He's like, normally not, we just chill. Like they were actually just chill. They were just cool people. And it just like changed my whole I'm like, it's just Philly. It's Philly.
You know what I gotta say? I gotta say though, other than Charger fans, I've been saying this for years, dude. The Eagles are my favorite fans. I love the obnoxious. Like I think it's so funny. I think they're
As long
so
as it's not
classic.
directed when it's not directed towards you, it's cool.
Yeah,
It's fun. But
For
when they
sure.
turn like I like the passion. I just don't like when you got to touch other people.
Oh, if they
Yeah, passion.
won, I would not be saying this right
You know
now.
what I'm saying? Like the jumping, the spitting on people, the fighting other people. That ain't cool. But I
No.
like the fact you got the chance. I like you just walk into a place and they go, hey, and everybody else gets up and starts saying it with them. I love that about them. But then what I hate about them is just they don't know when to chill.
Mm-hmm.
Like you ain't got to touch me to talk to me.
That mob style mentality, and they're like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You really got to take it there, and it's like, dang, bro, like I need like 7 other people with me to really do some work right now. I need an offensive line right now because we about to go into a real battle. But yeah, Matt, what is 2026 looking like for you, man? What's upcoming? You got any things on the horizon that the people should be checking out?
I think for off-season content, I'm gonna post a lot of the interviews. I've interviewed a lot of people, and their videos just haven't made it up. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
post like some interviews throughout the off-season, maybe like once every other day. But I want to mix it in with, well, for one, I'm definitely gonna go to all the things now because I just love the community so much and have made
There you go.
like over 500 new friends this season. So I'll be at Vegas for the draft.
draft's in
Whatever.
Vegas?
Well, I don't know where it is actually, but isn't it in Vegas every year?
No, they had it in Green Bay this last
Yeah.
one.
Okay, well, we can cut that part out, but I'll be at the draft wherever it is. And all the things.
For sure.
Maybe I'll stream some Madden. I don't know, but we'll figure out some off-season content. But I ain't going anywhere. Loud and proud,
There
Bolt
you go.
Nation.
Show. For
Definitely.
sure.
We got a lot in store, man. There's a lot of things. A lot of things we're gonna get around to, like merch. Getting the merch. We got the hats for sale. Y'all could DM us. I'm working on putting up the link in the store. For the hats. It's gonna have other merch coming out. Just putting the show on the road. Now we're gonna go to our grueling format. I think once we win the Super Bowl, we're gonna be insufferable for a little bit. We're gonna be insufferable as hell. This whole fan base is gonna be insufferable. We win the Super Bowl. Just giving people a disclaimer. This, like from all over the world, Charger fans are gonna be insufferable as hell when we win that Super Bowl this year. Just putting that out there. And then we'll give y'all a week of insufferable trash talk. And then we'll probably take a 2-week hiatus to recharge, regroup, and then we head into our off-season format where it's just every day until the
Yeah,
season
it's
starts.
funny. If I could just hop in about the Super Bowl and insufferable thing and just the culture of our season, where I've always low key wondered, like, if we won a Super Bowl, how would our parade look? It might be bad optics, it might be embarrassing. But after the Texans game and just feeling the way this culture has grown, united, and
Oh,
gotten
it's gonna
loud, dude,
it's
if
gonna
we win a Super Bowl,
gonna
we're
be
taking
insufferable, man.
over.
I'm
We're
telling
taking
you,
over the parade.
we're gonna be in
Yeah.
for a whole week. Charger fans are gonna probably be the worst fans in the NFL. We're gonna be years of insufferability. Like we just gonna be talking.
Mhm.
There's in this day and age, and so social media. It's gonna be unrelenting.
I could only
Especially
imagine what
sorry.
our Chargers media team would be on if we won the Super Bowl. Because and shout out to them, and I think we have one
Oh
of the
my
best
god.
media teams in the NFL. But I know it's gonna be petty,
Man,
the pettiest social media clips that you could
It,
probably.
it would it would go on for weeks, a parade, especially when you think about our cross city fanship. A lot of people like to say, "Oh, San Diego would be silent," and sure, maybe Gaslamp might not blow up, but
no,
bro,
it'll
all
blow
the
up.
dudes,
It'll blow
dude,
up.
they're gonna blow up Highland Avenue in National City. Gaslamp's gonna come alive. El Segundo, wherever they have the parade, is gonna pop off.
I
From
think it's
You know,
Fresno
gotta
all the
Thunder
go.
is
way
gonna
down.
hold it down.
Yeah,
The
I think it's
NorCal,
gotta go from LA
Fresno.
all the way to San Diego.
yeah.
It's got to be the longest parade ever on record. Like just the bus is making all of these stops all the way down and going all the way back to San Diego where it ends at. Like, man, that would be amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be through the roof. If you just get on Chargers Twitter, if you just in that world, you just see how they are in that world. We win the Super Bowl and they're gonna bring it to everybody's world and land it in their lap. You think our social media team is petty? Chargers, the Boat fam is super petty, super petty, and they go at like you haven't say something negative about Justin Herbert. Watch how many people come for you. Watch how many people come. Emmanuel Ocho, he's doing this, apologizing for all the bad takes he's done on Justin Herbert. They don't let him sleep. Kay Adams, they don't let her sleep.
Oh, did you see what I did to Scott Kaplan?
Oh, yeah. He's another. They might. I'm telling you, we win this Super Bowl. They're going to find Scott Kaplan headquarters in his home, and they're going to be outside of it. Come out. We just want to talk. We're not going to beat you up. We just want to talk.
Kaplan and crew platformed me for that video that I made where he was like, the Chargers might not win a single game for the rest of the season. And then I was like, boom, boom, boom. Kaplan and crew put that on their story, and they're just like, Charger fans are destroying Scott, laugh emoji. So his whole staff was like, bro, we're petty as hell, honestly.
I'm telling you, bro. We don't.
STL Mark says
We're
Chargers
nice and
Super Bowl
welcoming,
win
but we're petty.
equals an entire week of tailgating for sure.
Oh man. We it's one thing Southern California not to do is not a party. Get out of work and know how to party.
Yo, let me get petty real quick in real time about Emmanuel Akko. This guy made his entire career because the host of The Bachelor got canceled. So then he would replace him temporarily. Okay. Then Emmanuel Akko made his entire sports career off of talking smack on Herbert. Nobody knew about he was before he called Herbert a social media quarterback. And he got deplatformed. I don't even hear about him anymore. He had like 6 months of he called Justin Herbert a social media quarterback. He got attention for like 6 months, and he's at the bottom of the algorithm.
They won't let him up. As soon as he says something, man, they report his post and they just clown him, bro. It's just like same thing. Like shout out to Kay Adams. She does a great job, but they don't let her eat very well. Like if she says anything, especially if she made a mention about she wasn't happy that they're sitting Justin Herbert for the Denver game, and boy, she got a full frontal. And I gotta think that sometimes you want that attention, because you know what type of vibe the Charger fans are on when you talk about the team. They coming, and we could be arguing amongst ourselves in a full out, like we're about to get in each other's face, and you say something about the Chargers. We're like, hold on.
Wait.
You don't get to say nothing about us, and we're just on you now.
And most of the time when people do talk about like us, it's inaccurate. I think that's
Yeah.
probably the frustrating part is like, you know what I mean? They hit you with the you don't have fans, this, and oh, you're renting the stadium and blah blah. But it's like none of these people have ever been to SoFi. None of these people have ever come to the tailgate, ever been at the game and stands to have an opinion for themselves. You know what I mean? And so when you just get your intake of information from the media who's probably in New Jersey or something like that. Like you wasn't even in LA. You don't know what was going on out there. And that's everybody just takes it and then they regurgitate it as their like whole argument point. And it's like that's lame as hell. Like, you know what I mean? It's just you wasn't there. You don't know. And I think this season did a lot of that for us, just making everybody eat it. Like everybody got to eat what you said. And we remember. We remember, Acho. We remember. Like, you know what I'm saying? You was talking crazy. And this man with a broken hand has single-handedly been putting it, not single-handedly, but has been carrying the team on his back week in, week out. It's like nothing social media about that. Like, this is heart. This is grit. This is grind. And even Tom Brady said, Chargers get an offensive line. Justin Herbert is the best quarterback in the NFL.
Period. Hands down.
Yep.
From one GOAT to another soon to be GOAT. That's just what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been funny, but I've been loving watching everybody have to backtrack on what has been said this year. And I can't wait for more of the same headed into 2026, man.
NFL Mike said it right, and I love what NFL Mike does with his content. He says, I intentionally trigger other teams daily. That's my whole business model. And he does a fabulous job at it. He can stir the pot, man. NFL Mike will stir the pot. He got a big old pot that he just stirs. He gets up there and he trolls the hell out of them. And he threw a shot the other day. He was talking about on his show. He did a 15-minute. He was breaking down like the fan base and everything. And then like right when he's getting into it, he's showing like the fans of the game. He's like, the Rams can't do it.
Yep. Actually, I've been planning a funny video about the Rams culture for a while. I'm going to get to it soon.
You had a couple
I do
already.
think real quick about what we said about Herbert. Like that also has contributed to the culture that we're experiencing now as a fan base, where I saw a few things on Instagram which were very funny. It was like classic Charger fans, us always saying if, Herbert would be the best quarterback if we didn't have Staley, if we had an offensive line, whatever. And that is true. That is how we sound all the time. But I think this year, the whole world kind of took notice to like, they're saying if too. Like, okay, Herbert would actually, like Tom Brady, would be the best quarterback if. And so I feel like now the world's taking notice. That's like part of the trauma bond that united us and ultimately erupted at Texans. And it's just going to last for years and years to come. I can't wait, man, for one day to tell my kids, like, when the Chargers first came to LA, like they didn't have fans, but now they just don't. Like that would be a foreign concept to them.
Mm-hmm. Like what? There was no fans? Like, yeah, every other team used to just walk in here and do whatever they want, and we just sat and watched.
Yeah.
Shout out to
What's funny is, bro, the Rams. Not to talk about the Rams because I do feel like I don't want to platform them because Rams. It's so one-sided. The Rams, like their whole culture, their whole slogan is "Whose house?" It's like, bro, we're not even in the same conference. Why is your slogan against like what? And then too, like, bro, they've won like a Super Bowl, multiple playoff runs. Like,
what up, Fit Fam?
And they can't pull up. So, anyways,
speaking of, just way too early alert, but we play them next year and we're the away team. So when that schedule drops, everybody needs to get their tickets ASAP. And yeah,
we play them next year, and they're the home team.
They're the home team.
I saw that. I just assumed it would be a preseason game like usual.
No, a regular season
game. I'm buying my ticket right now.
Well, when tickets become available and the schedule drops, everybody needs to get their ticket, and you need to come to the tailgate. Like we gotta put this to bed early. Like whatever week that is, everybody needs to be there because these Rams do believe that they have the bigger fan base and blah, blah, blah. I think they are the bigger brother. And we just need to show them one time that like, y'all can't do it like how we do it. So that should be a huge game. I don't know what implications this is going to mean on the team, but just for our bragging rights and attendance purposes, we need to be there. So that's my way too early. Rams versus Chargers next season. It's already slated to be done. We just need to wait till next year's schedule comes out to see when we play them. But yeah, that should be a fun one. It should be a
I'll
good one.
say maybe take some self-defense classes prior to that. And I'll tell you, if things start popping off, I'm hiding near you guys. You guys got military experience. You probably know how to fight, take some guys down. So, yo.
NFL Mike, you hear this?
Yeah, NFL Mike's military. You guys know how to fight. So
we're recruiting everybody who has basic firefighting experience.
that'll be a great time. Wow, I'm so excited. Anyways,
yeah, that's gonna be major. But
someone said hopefully it's a Sunday night or Monday night. Baker for real said hopefully it's Sunday night or Monday night game.
hey, one thing I noticed yesterday, I was rewatching the Chargers Texans game when I was working, just on my side screen, and that was when we officially cemented ourselves as SoCal's team. And it was kind of funny that Kurt Warner was one of the announcers for that game.
It's quiet in here. I don't hear nothing. I think they tried to say that they didn't hear anything. It's quiet in here.
Allegedly. But again, if you let these people sell you, they will sell you. And it starts early. They do it at training camp all the time. Like the stories that come out of training camp is like, what training camp was y'all watching? Like I was literally in the bleachers and I saw none of this. Or I only seen this one time and it becomes a habit forming. So
we're gonna sick Boatman on them.
Dude, you guys are getting me fired up right now.
Shout out him, man. Like,
shout out Boatman and Chargers, Boatman and Chargers boat family. Yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah,
man, that dude is a
legend.
He's everywhere, man. I mean, he does so much for the just the fan base, the organization. You run into him, bro. He's 100 miles an hour, and he's just always going. He always repping the fan, repping the team, repping the fan base. Everything.
He comes from like Santa Cruz, I think.
Yeah,
he does, and he's another big reason why I'm like still out here. He was super welcoming in the beginning, and he is from Santa Cruz because I went to the 49ers Chargers preseason game like week 2. So I have some family that lives in that area, so super easy. And you see Boltman, you think like leader, you're like new, like just interviewing people, all shy at first. And he's like, "Hey man, I love what you're doing. Here's a Boltman t-shirt." I'm like, "Oh, thank you."
Same.
He gave me a Boozman jersey.
Oh,
75. 75 jersey.
Dude, I'm trying to find a Kasim Osgood jersey.
Yeah, gave you a 75 jersey. But yeah, shout out to Boatman, legend. And that just goes to show you, man, like if you trying to come, if you want to go, there is no excuse. Like you said Thunderdome and they coming from Fresno. There's a whole DHBC Sacramento, I think, what they're like, and they're coming to like every home game. Like people are traveling from Summit everywhere to get there, and it's like you 2 hours away and can catch the train or alternative means of transportation, and you complaining about that when these people are literally driving that morning from
Arizona. They got
Arizona.
DHBC Arizona club that comes out, man.
Well,
shout out to Parnell who comes from Arizona.
Yeah.
2 shout outs. This is one of Charlie's friends, but Yosef flies from Vegas to every game. And then there's also Chico Cooper, who comes from Chico. That's where I went to college, bro. That's a long drive.
Yeah, Taylor from Lightning Edge podcast. She flies out from Electric Edge. She flies out from Vegas every home game. She flies out, and they got a diehard boat club from Vegas that comes out. They caravan down. So I mean, we all over, man.
I think 2026, man, is the year that we unite. Like
see, look at that. Jim says he heard the Charger chant on TV when they started, and that came from the 200s. That was the 200 sections that started that chant. They started clapping and like, "Let's go Chargers, let's go." I looked up and I was like, and next thing you know, it spread throughout the whole stadium. Shout out to my boy Dave. He in the chat. He said,
Yeah,
both
yesterday
F you up.
I'm planning on making a video about this soon, actually. But yesterday when I was watching the game, what I found so unique about that, we never gave up, bro. We stayed loud, like even after the refs threw the game.
Mhm.
Uh, it was not until it was officially over and they were kneeling the football that we it was loud the whole time.
Okay.
At Tupac says he needs a hoodie. That's for sure. Victoria on TikTok says, "Yep, I'm in the 100s," and we was chanting too. GC Angel says the stadium was loud. AF the whole game. GC Angel, I got you too, man. Tap in tomorrow. We got another show. We'll
Chris
talk about watch parties and where you can link with somebody to watch the game in your area.
Fit Fanbound says our friends that sit in front of us drive from El Centro.
Ooh.
Loki says, bro, I heard that from the TV and I texted the club, Electric Avenue. Chris says, I'm out here in North Carolina and I drove 16 hours each way for the Dallas game. I wish I was only 2 hours away. Telling y'all,
Oh, well,
man.
that's another thing we got to mention is the Dallas game. Los Reyes and whatever other fan groups were there. Sorry for the few that I'm forgetting, but Chris Hayer and Matt Money Smith. I don't know how to pronounce Chris's last name, but Matt Money Smith and Chris shouted them out. And
Mhm.
they
Yeah,
showed
they always
videos.
show up
It's like,
away games. And they've made it a spot now. I think he's given the away to show that the Charger fans, they are deep at away games. Like they tailgate like at
Mhm.
away games. They show up in droves, and he's been good at capturing that. Chris has. He's been good at coming out and
Yeah, he was there in Vegas, right
Yeah.
in front of us, doing a whole segment. And I think that's just ultimately, like I said, call to action, and we'll do our part for next season. But just basically telling y'all how to maneuver, you know what I'm saying, to these away games. It's not as complicated as you think. Like I understand like everybody can't go to every away game. But if you're in California, that Vegas one should be one that's on your radar to make. With the proper planning, buying your tickets and or, getting a carpool or something like that, a group together and just making that drive to Vegas, make a weekend out of it. You can get hotels pretty inexpensive when you do it in advance. I think my room was like 180 for 2 nights when we went. Something like that. I was at the Rio, you know what I mean? It wasn't the most lavish of accommodations, but it did what it needed to do. I wasn't in the room but a little bit anyway.
And it's tickets. It's tickets in abundance. It's like the Chargers extension stadium. That's our expansion stadium. We got a voicemail.
For sure.
You guys take calls?
Yeah,
We're taking
man.
a call? Bro, let's take some calls. I love this. Hey, this is real quick. This is what inspired me.
Sunday, right? I think Greg Roman should get fired. He can't do shit. It's always the same fucking shit. Excuse my language, but it's always the same shit every Sunday, right? And I think Roman is holding back Herbert, right? And I think Roman should take the day off on Sunday, and I think Shane Day should be the offensive coordinator on Sunday. If y'all didn't forget, Shane Day was the coordinator against the Cowboys last year, and we were scoring. So I think Roman should get fired, but something about Harbaugh that I don't like is that he's too damn loyal. Too loyal to Bozeman, too loyal to Roman.
That's hilarious.
To hear it on live on the YouTube. But I just want to say bolt up. Have a blessed year, DJ Nova Fresh, Brody, and that person Chargers takes. Yep, bolt up.
That's amazing. Can we take more calls? I literally got all day.
We coming back, Victoria. We had somebody who actually called and left us a message, so should be back now. But yeah, man, gotta love it. Gotta love it. This is what it's all about, bro. Like family, bringing everybody together, and we gonna kick it The only way we know how to kick it.
Okay, wait. What is meant by Charger Takes look into EMF exposure? Too much
Because you got
Bluetooth.
the headset on and the wireless microphone. It's in the Bluetooth.
I'll get some wires next time.
What did Tupac says he need a hoodie, man. Hit us up, shoot us a DM, bro. We get you and check out our website. This one that I got on is on the website, lsboats15.com. But yeah, man. Hope everybody's having an awesome new year. Hope you had a great New Year's Eve experience, man. We just up here talking status of the Chargers.
What up, Drewski?
Fan family. Shout out Drewski, was good. Tapping in with everybody. We'll be on tomorrow doing a pregame show, diving into all things about this week's matchup versus the Denver Broncos. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. But got a few more minutes to burn, man. If y'all got questions for Matt from Chargers Takes or us, hit us up. If you want to call in, 213-433-7793 and leave us an amazing voicemail, or we can punch you in live like the last our guy, the last caller. We got all of that. So hopefully y'all, man, hit the chat. Let us know what's on your mind. How was your New Year's? What's good in the boat family? What are y'all excited most from this year?
Fries and Process, do y'all go to any watch parties to watch away games? We do. We actually do.
I'm at one on Sunday. Shout out to Boat Biz. If you're in the LA area, I'll be at Free Space, 214 South La Brea, Inglewood. And we'll be doing our podcast from there. So I'll be there, and Nova will be tapping in. But we'll be doing the podcast from there. So yeah, Victoria, there's all over the place. Tomorrow. So if you guys got watch parties in the area, man, shoot us a flyer, shoot us the details, whatever the case may be. And on tomorrow's show, I want to make sure we get that out to everybody. So so that they're able to go to a place that's closest to the region that they're in. So again, shoot us a DM with your flyer, or let us know where you got the watch party going on, and we'll get that information out, man. We want everybody to unite. GC Angel says, need to find a place for everyone to watch the wild card game. I'm sure there's going to be a few places once the date is announced. I know Brewport Brewery in El Segundo is probably
where you gonna be at, Boatman? Boatman says, have a great 26. Everyone definitely planning some amazing stuff for the off season and next season. He says, how late were you guys up last night? I got in the bed probably like 1:30.
I think I got in the bed probably like midnight, man. I was in the Upside Down all night, man. Stranger Things.
Oh.
If you know, you know. Actually popped out to the movie theater to watch the series finale, man. It was like 2 hours and some change.
They had it at the movie theater?
Yeah, that's how big it was, and it was packed. There was hella people in there, and they gave everybody
Boatman gonna be at the wild card game.
They gave everybody a $20 voucher for concession stand. So if you bought a ticket to go watch Stranger Things in the movie, they gave you $20. So
that's
you
like
ran it up.
One M&M,
man. Your boy, he had
popcorn. Oh, yeah, the glizzy.
Hey, speaking of expensive food and glissies, do you guys happen to know how much the hot dogs cost from the street vendors outside of SoFi Stadium? Because if not, I'll tell you.
$8.
Okay, $10 for one hot dog.
Oh, you got robbed. They ran it up on you.
No. They tried to rob me, actually. They tried to hustle me, and I had to 5 minutes went by. I think I'm in a fight with a street vendor right now, and I look like an asshole. But
why'd you trust?
I was drinking too much Charger drink at the lightning strike, doing the keep it shuffle.
Y'all been paying $10 for street
No, she
glizzy?
goes, I was like, how much for one dog? She's like, $10. And I was with my girlfriend. So I'm like, oh, no, it's too much. I'm going to spend $20 on 2 hot dogs. She's like, all right, $10 for 2. And I'm like, all right, cool. It's Venmo. I pay her. And she gives me 1. I was like, you just said 2. And she's like, no. And so it turned into a whole debate. Okay, fine, 15. I'm like, no. We already made the deal.
Make sure you secure the glizzy before payment, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, rookie move.
Yeah,
I'll-
that's it.
Send me
T-shirts,
a
secure the
Jim,
glizzy first.
Yes.
send me a tweet, a X message, Jim, and I'll send you the front and the back of it.
But yeah, Victoria says I take tacos from my place before the games. Like, there's so many ways to do the game properly. Everybody always says, I'm not paying SoFi prices to eat and drink. Like, why are you eating in there? Why are
We
you
got
drinking
free
in
food.
there? The whole point is to come to the tailgate so the tailgate can take care of all of that. There's food, there's drink, all of that. Most people donations, us free. I mean, we like donations. Don't get it twisted. But you could definitely come eat with us, drink with us, and all of that. So you don't have to pay, $20 for some tacos or whatever inside of SoFi, if not more. You don't got to do that. So come hang out with us at the tailgate. You know what I mean? Fries and Pod says y'all held it down with the food and drink. Salute. That's what we've been on like all season, man. I think a lot of people just finally kind of realized it towards the second half of the season that we were serious in our approach. But man, it's all love, man. We just want people to come hang out. We want you to get to the stadium, and we understand everybody has different challenges, different financial challenges, and we just trying to meet y'all halfway. With all of that, you know what I mean? So you don't have to go and spend so much money inside of SoFi Stadium. So come hang out with us, man, next season. Maybe we gotta add glizzies to the menu, man. Maybe we do that. Do we pull out the bottomless glizzies to the tailgate menu just so people, you know what I'm saying, ain't getting hit for $10?
Well, I think that probably come over and sabotage us then, because they post up right across from us, and they try to get. And I'm like, I be seeing people buying the glizzies. I'm like, yo, we got food and drink right here that's free, and you going to buy a glizzy?
Put this in the think tank.
Yeah. YG Trent says, he says, Deadass, my favorite Charger podcast. Appreciate you for that, bro. Baker says that lady was charging $5 for a glizzy, but usually it's 10. Shout out Tyree, man, making the recovery from the flu. The boy said he was in the bed 3 to 4 days. Sheesh.
Matt, you wanna collab on
Shout out Norm.
the takeover next season? You know what I'm saying? We might need to attack this.
I will. I'll bring a sign saying free food at Lightning Strike, because I'll tell you guys right now, I take full advantage of their free food and free drink. Be careful with the drink though, bro. I don't know what these guys are putting in the drink, but they'd be causing PR nightmares for Charger takes. That'd be on my story, like, oh, fucking go Chargers. I'm like, next day I'm like, bro, what am I doing?
And you combine that with the 805 group, like that's just a
and the 805 group. Well, and too, people get super stoked to get interviewed because they watch it, and so they're like, bro, Charger takes, you gotta take a shot with me, you gotta take a drink with me. And so
that's how they get you.
Bolt up. Hey, but I want to ask you guys some ball, because I've been literally thinking about this nonstop. Just AFC playoff predictions. Imagine you're not a Chargers fan. I really want to hear what you guys think for the AF. If the whatever standings will move around, but matchups will move around this weekend. But number one, actually, I really want to beat the AFC West for the whole. Like, do you think Trey Lance can win this weekend? And 2, what are your realistic predictions on who's going to be in the Super Bowl for the AFC?
So my realistic predictions, I honestly look at the 7 teams that's in the playoffs, and there's not a definitive team that we beat ourselves. Like, if we're not going to make it to the Super Bowl, it's because of what we've done to ourselves. And that's been the whole thing this whole season. We beat ourselves more than any other team. beat us. I think Jacksonville was the only one that came out and just flat out beat us, and we just came out flat, right? But when you look at it, I think we have the team that could win the Super Bowl, right? The things that hold us back, of course, the offensive line, right? Offensive line, but more so is the penalties that we get, because the offensive line, we move the ball down the field. It's when we get inside the 30 that the play calling just switches up, and the penalties. We get stupid offside, false start. I mean, not offside, false starts, holding, just little nicky knack penalties that kill our job. Yeah. It's just like, so like, I can't just sit up there and definitively say, oh, the Chargers won't win the Super Bowl. I say we stop ourselves from winning the Super Bowl more than anybody stops us. When you look at it, I'm being straight up serious. Look at the 7 teams that we're playing. Oh, what did
we lose, Matt?
I think so. He should come back in, click the link. But I honestly think that, why not us?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta tell me, why not us?
I would say, for me, there's so much parity in the NFL altogether. Definitely in the AFC. And there is no one team that I say that like, oh, like I'm scared of. I think every team has something that they do well, and we do things well. In addition to that, you know, if we got to play the Texans, then it's like, cool, they have a good defense. We also have a good defense. We shut them out second half. You know, two bombs to begin the game. You know, most accurate kicker in the NFL misses a field goal and an extra point. So it's like, do I think those are going to happen again? Like, I don't know. I don't think so. Denver has a good defense, but their offense is a mid. After Cortland Sutton is really a wrap. Patriots have played nobody. They have the easiest schedule and probably the easiest division.
They both, Patriots and Denver, 1 and 2. Patriots have 1, Denver have 2 with the easiest
schedules in the NFL. So it remains to be seen with them actually playing somebody. When you only, you know, they split the season with Buffalo 1-1, but Jets and the Dolphins, who are bottom tier teams, like, they haven't really been challenged like that. We've beat Pittsburgh. Should that be on our radar? They still have to win their division or whatever the case against Baltimore. Baltimore is not the same Baltimore that they once were, or at least last year's Baltimore years recent history. So I think it's just matchup to matchup how we go and even with the Jags. You know, I mean, like, do I think we can beat them? Like, I definitely do. I think we're smarter this time. And the situation is not quite the same. You know, I mean, we went to Jacksonville the last time we played them. You know, last week before a bye, we've been playing football since forever. Most travel team in the NFL. These guys are exhausted. Plus, we didn't, you know, implement the earlier practice situation that, you know, Jim Harbaugh actually went and talked to some people to figure out how can we be better than this, better at this time shift. So I think if we have to go play to Jacksonville, I think we're probably in Florida way earlier. You know what I mean? We probably would get there a lot earlier than we historically would, just to give people time to, you know, adapt, adjust to the time difference. And I think the energy just will be different with us coming out. I mean, we went to that Jacksonville game, and from the time they ran out the tunnel, it looked flat. Like, you can always tell the type of time the team is going to be on when the defense comes out, because usually they do like a whole pose section. They out there flexing and stuff, and none of that happened in that Jacksonville game.
No.
They just ran out there. And that was kind of like an indicator of where the energy was, at least with them right off the bat. So I think every team can be beat. And that's not like just because I'm a Chargers fan. I just think everybody has a thing. Buffalo is, you know, can they receivers catch? Can they stop somebody? Josh Allen is Josh Allen. He's an amazing quarterback. But who's he throwing it to? That's kind of been their story all season. So I think all the teams in the AFC have their unique challenges. But I like our chances versus anybody.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
Solid, man. We got a good enough chance. And that's not trying to be a homer, because we can go matchup for matchup if you want to lay it out and really if you need to be convinced. But if you look at the 7 teams that's in the playoffs, the Chargers, the things that hold us back is just the offensive line and the play calling. And that's one can be fixed. One can't. And one we've been dealing with the whole year, and we still won games. Like if you look at the schedule, like Baker for real said, we had one of the toughest schedules in the league. We had to go to Brazil to beat Kansas City. We had to go to Kansas City to beat Kansas City. We had the Eagles. We had the Steelers. I mean, like,
we didn't get home till week 3. We had to go to Vegas, and even though people would be like, "Oh, that's right up the road," still had to go travel.
Yeah, and even with all that, that's why I kind of think that it's kind of a blessing in disguise. I think it was pretty clear during the Texans game that the Chargers needed some rest, and so our starters are getting a bye week this week, and then hopefully we just win that wild card game and use that momentum to push us all the way to a Super Bowl. I'd even argue it's probably good we lost that game in a couple different ways. We win. If we win Texans, it's going to be a bloodbath against the Broncos. And then if we lose against the Broncos in that scenario, bro, we're out in the first round. These guys are beat up. If we win against the Broncos, the boys are resting, and then maybe we lose a little bit of momentum going into that first round. And so, I don't know.
I think it's definitely the right decision to make. I mean, if you're a fan of recent history, Brandon Staley rolled out our squad in a meaningless game, and Mike Williams broke his back. Bosa got hurt, and I think another offensive player took an L that day, and everybody was like, "Why did we do this?" Like, no, we're not resting. Starters are going to play, and then if we can get the backups in, and it was like disaster from the tip off. Like, Mike Williams is getting stretchered off the field, and everybody's just like, why did we do this? Like,
wow. Dude, you know, my favorite thing to do during the Staley era was watch the press conferences and just wait for Daniel Popper to ask his questions.
That's where he really cut his teeth.
If you want to put it on me. I've got to be better. Like, bro, you had to be better like 4 weeks consecutively now. Like, when does the better happen?
So what are your predictions for Denver? You think it's just going to be like our B squad or C squad just getting pushed around, or how do you think Denver is going to approach that game?
I think Denver
they're going to play down.
I don't know if who plays first, them or the Patriots.
Patriots.
I think it might be something hinged on that game, but they're playing like, what is it, the Dolphins?
Yeah.
So they're playing the Dolphins, which I think even with their backups, they're probably going to win. And if they do win, then they have the 1 seed in the AFC. So as far as Denver, I mean, considering like if that Dolphins game just goes crazy or whatever, and somehow they pull out a win, which I don't think they will, then they'll have something to play for. Because then they would be the 1 seed in the AFC.
You think the Broncos are just going to blitz us all game to get to Trey Lance?
I think the play calling is I mean, and this is just for me being at, was able to attend training camp this past year. The play calling that happens for Trey Lance and Justin Herbert are far different. Trey is going to come out there, he's going to hike the ball, he's going to look one way, and he's going to pass it if it's open, and if he's not, he's running. And they're okay with that. Like they had dumb. If you go back to preseason, Trey Lance's playbook was dumb all the way there. Like they made it so simple for him. Like 2 options, and he's out of there. Like he's gonna use his, like Trey might have 90 yards rushing on Sunday in my mind, because that's going to be okay to do for him. Like they're going to be like, oh man, like make a play with your feet, get out of there. I would probably say with him under center, you're going to see KLS. That's like his favorite target. They have the most chemistry of any QB receiver on the team because they always run that series together. So you'll probably see some deep shots with Trey just throwing it up there, letting KLS make a play on the ball. But I expect him to use his feet a lot. Now, how successful he is with that kind of just depends on who's Denver playing, on defense. Are they looking to rest people, play down, take it light? I think Trey can be effective depending on the personnel that's on the field.
I think there's a strong possibility to win this game because knowing Sean Payton and having watched him coach, he doesn't very prepare for games that he knows that he can win. He doesn't prepare for those games well, right? He's not cocky in the media. He's not talking his crap like he normally does, and he doesn't prepare for those games that he know that they can win, right? And I think he's going to overlook this game and think that we could just win it on sheer talent, and the guys are going to go out there and just have fun. I mean, it's nothing to lose for us. We're just here because this game was on the schedule.
Have fun.
And honestly, it's more for Trey because Trey can parlay this. He's up for a contract. He can parlay this into a starting job next season.
Yep.
To the Jets.
So you got every right for him to go out there and want to ball up against the number one defense, ball really hard, and put some good film on tape and sell himself this offseason and go get a nice little contract and it's finally his chance to start in the NFL.
I was about to bring that up. And then also too, the Christmas Day game, Broncos Chiefs, like the Broncos were going to lose that game if Chris Jones didn't want the extra draft pick.
Yeah.
It is true.
He got the call in his headset.
You saw Mahomes smiling up top. Like, I was sitting on my couch with like my whole family at my grandparents' house because Christmas, and I was doing the chop, bro. I was singing. I was all in on the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. Like I said, we'll probably find out tomorrow with the final injury report, how they gonna play it, and who's gonna be sitting, who's back, how they gonna approach it. But I expect us to try to keep as many people healthy as possible, not get into a whole. The last thing we want is to sustain a multiple week injury on Sunday from a game that don't mean that.
Because regardless, people are like, man, we should go beat them to sweep the division and try to get to 12 wins. It's like, bro, we're past that now. We're in the playoffs and we're 5, 6, 7. You're on the road. It don't matter. If you're not 1, 2, 3, or 4, it doesn't matter, bro. You're on the road. It doesn't matter where you're at. Like it is, the season is over. There's no thing as the perfect matchup. It is, you got to go on the road and you got to win. The only edge is the team that has the home, that's playing at home. That's the only edge. The home field advantage. Your fans are in the stands because pockets are tight. Playoff tickets are way expensive, and not many fans probably be traveling, So that's the edge that you got. Other than that, you got to line it up. It's 0-0. This is a whole new season. This tournament, the first team that goes wins 4 straight games wins the championship.
Well,
in some cases, 3 if you get the bye.
That's another thing too about it maybe being a blessing in disguise that the Chargers did not win the division by winning 2 games in a row. That both would have been a bloodbath. Is because to ask them to win out and then win a Super Bowl is asking them to go on quite the win streak. And so you look at a team like the Jags who have been on quite the win streak, strictly from a statistical perspective, they're bound to lose.
Since us, they've been on a win streak since us, and
7-game win streak.
And we were on a win streak prior to that, so we've had too many runs in the season playing high level ball. I would say we put together a string of wins twice. So I mean, it's I think it's all perspective, how you look at the situation. I'm more inclined to lean towards it would have been cool to challenge for the division. It didn't happen. So now this is a bye week. Like we got bigger things in store. And we need, everybody as healthy as they're gonna be. I understand that like no team is 100% healthy this time of the year, and none more than us. But if not going out on that field on Sunday means a fresher version of you come the next week, then we need that version for
Yeah.
sure.
And one more thing too is like if I'm entertaining a lot of different scenarios in my head, and it's like if we end up playing the Texans, I'm actually not that afraid. Even if you're looking at the post game like talks about the Texans Chargers game, everyone's saying like, "Oh, the Texans defense is so good." I'm not trying to discredit that; they're amazing, but like, dude, at the end of the day, they burned our DBs on a miscommunication with like a couple second stringers in there because Mickens was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And after the Chargers secondary communicated with each other and got on track at the half,
We shut
they
it
didn't
down.
score. They didn't score a single touchdown. And if Dicker wasn't drinking so much on Christmas and he wasn't hungover for that game, it would have been tied.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. I don't
I don't
think
know if that's the case, man. I love Dicker. I will never turn on him.
yeah.
People,
And
no.
nah, like
Yeah.
I won't put the game on him because there were so many other mistakes that was made. You know what I mean? Like my man been solid, has literally either A put us in position
won
or has
games for
won
us.
the game.
Oh,
Yeah, or
yeah.
has won the game for us several times this season. So it's like, all right, Dicker, you got it. You know what I'm saying? No biggie. But yeah, I'm not, that's why I'm not afraid either. And everybody like to the point that you were saying, like Texans has a good defense. We got a good defense.
Oh, dude.
Like sure, like Texans might be first. We're like fifth. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a good defense.
And even if you take away like the stats that compile like the defensive rankings, like if you literally just look at the roster and the names we have there, like we got
Yeah.
Khalil Mack on our defense. We have Derwin James and Khalil Mack on our defense on top of everybody else. So I think you guys are right. It's wide open.
Yeah, it's no, but like I don't think there's a complete team headed into the postseason. When I say complete, like just a juggernaut
Yeah.
on offense, a juggernaut on defense. You know what I mean? Like each team has a component. The Broncos have a good defense. Offense is suspect. Titans have a great defense. Offense is mid. Like you said, you spoke to the communication thing. That's more on us than anybody just making an amazing play. And shout out to them. No discredit to the Texans. You know what I'm saying? They did what they supposed to do. They won. But if we're talking about the mistakes that we made in that game, like there's a lot of stuff. At a minimum, we should have been going in overtime. You know what I'm saying? Like in theory, with a chance to win that game. Like, do we get another BS PI call? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe not. But there's so many different factors that played into that game that is just in my mind, I'm just like, oh, okay. And then out of all the teams, I would rather see them, honestly, just because they fresh. You know what I mean? Like we just played them. And I think you take what you learn, you're able to
You
watch
just want to go
film.
to Houston. That's all.
That too. But I don't mind going to Jacksonville. I actually want to go to Jacksonville. Just because
Yeah, no
Jacksonville-
QJ, no Dicker slander. I like that.
Yeah, man.
Zero.
Ever.
Ever.
What y'all about to do? I gotta go to a dinner.
That's it, man. We appreciate everybody for tapping in on this extended show today on New Year's Day. Hope everybody is having an amazing start to your 2026. Shout out to our guy Matt from Chargers Take, from taking the time to tap in with us, talk ball, talk Charger culture, talk content creating, all things, man. Much love and prosperity and success to you this year, brother. I hope the platform goes crazy and you do amazing things.
Yeah, amen. Thank you to you guys. Thanks for having me. Bring me on anytime. I think about it 24/7. It's been a blast. We went like an hour over, so sorry for cutting into your day,
You're
but
good.
bro, it's been great. It's been great getting to know you guys too. Seriously.
Appreciate
guys.
everybody for tapping in, man.
Mm-hmm.
The real
And
stuff.
with that, like, share, subscribe, comment, follow us and Charger Takes on all social media platforms. You can search at LS Bolts 15. We are on Twitch. We're on X, but we not on X. We're on
Bill
Facebook,
going off on
IG,
Instagram.
YouTube, and TikTok.
Shout out Bill
So with that,
and
man.
RNH Craft. He going off on Instagram right now. Super
Hey,
Denver
thanks for all the
fan right
food
there.
and drink this season. It was
Oh, for
seriously
sure.
so much fun getting to know you guys and dapping up at the tailgates, taking all your chicken and
Chicken Fi.
Charger drink and yeah.
For sure. But much love, man. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. We'll be back with a Charger versus Broncos breakdown heading into our Sunday matchup. And with that, we out, y'all.
Oh boy.
All right. Peace.